Hello and welcome back to Operation with the Void. I'm your host, Forgotten Void, and today we're going to go over the Almirante Oquendo because it's the new dockyard ship, and I do have the ship, and I haven't gone over it. I haven't even talked about it. If you want to click here, you can see Flimsy's overview all of it for randoms. I will be focusing it on PvE, specifically in Ops. So this is a very, very, very long ship. The armor layout, you have 25 millimeter plating at the top, 25 millimeter plating in the back, and then it's a 40 millimeter long 40 millimeter. The ship is just way too long for what it needs to be. It's way too long. So the big thing is it's way too long, and it's all Citadel. It's all engine. Your Citadel, it gets knocked out. So, because of that, we'll go to the equipment. While I have main battery armaments and damage control, honestly, I'm going to swap that. So I'm on the PTS, but yeah, you want engine room protection. You don't want fire protection. You want engine room protection. So otherwise, it's your standard cruiser build. So main battery, aiming, prop mod. I mean, yes, you could do steering gear, but prop mod to get you up to full speed faster. Concealment, so you get the plus 5% of dispersion for attackers against your ship. And main battery reload for that because the reload is really slow on this. Captain skills, we have last stand because your engines are going to get knocked out a lot. We have priority target because we like to know if people are shooting at us or looking at us. Superintendent for the extra heal. That's it, for the extra heal. And then top grade gunner for main battery. After this, what's survivability like? It's not really worth it. Like 4,000 possibly. We would go with adrenaline rush, absolutely. Gun feeder. Especially with the reload time. So definitely adrenaline rush, definitely gun feeder. And after that, it's your pick, I guess. You could do radio location. Main battery turret traverse. And I guess demo expert. Like, honestly, there's not many skills. You could also possibly do eye in the sky if you like using the spotter plane. You're definitely not going to run out of the all 7 spotters, but if you want to be more backline sniper, which is actually something that this thing can do, you do eye in the sky. So that is what I would do. So at least this, and then the other 2 points are you spend on whatever you want. But my recommendations would be those 2. Or if you do a 3-point skill, I guess you could do survivability expert. So that's the skills, and that we would, I mean, the heal helps. The consumable cooldown helps. And the fire, I guess, helps. That's about it. You don't really have to worry about flags too much on this ship. So now we go to the other reason why I'm on PTS. So as you notice, I have obscene amount. This is not my normal stuff. We are on the public test server, and that is because we're going to give a sneak peek into my next video, which is Star Trek plus World of Warships. Wow, we have a new thing. So we'll do that because you have the Borg invasion. So we will talk about this next time. So let's get back out of that port. And so we'll talk about that. So it seems to be very similar to the D-Day operations, where you have your own special port and everything for that op. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and hop into battle. And here we are. As you can see, I'm in a division of 5. We have Idai, Untamed, Hawks, and Pico. These are all long-time ops players. Some of them are also really good PvP players. So we do both. I do PvP, yes. I do clan battles. So we are not a main thing, but outside of clan battles, I'm mostly in PvE. So we have Missouri, Ipiranga, Hector, Almirante, and a Benham. Worcester, so I see Hector, which you have spoken at, but Benham. So yeah, Benham is going to go after the other ships. He's already moving forward. He's going a little bit aggressive there. And there you see, he's turning right at the island. So he is staying on this side of the island so that the enemy do not run away. They like to keep a distance of like 7 kilometers from the closest player. And so by him sitting at that position, he is making sure that they are not running away. So we're going to go ahead and use the F key just to show what it does. And we're aiming. And the reason why we are being so careful with what we're aiming, because when you use the F key, pretty much all the shells are going to go. There is almost no spread. So that is why we are making sure we aim well before shooting. And we're aiming a little bit above the waterline, so that if anything goes down, they still hit the ship. And as you see, we have 12 guns and 10 of them hit with the F key. And there we go. And we're going to use the F key. And we've still got 5 hits, even with the it smoked up. But you don't always have to use the F key. So we're not going to use the F key with this shot. We're going to just blind fire in the smoke. We're locked onto the North Carolina. So that allows us to have good dispersion. And there we go. We got the kill. It wasn't laser accurate dispersion because we didn't use the F key. But it was still good enough that we got the kill. And in fact, we didn't want to have laser accurate dispersion when smoke firing, because we want to have more of a shotgun to hit if we're aimed wrong. So that is why this one you actually have to know when to use the F key, when not to use it. And I will be swapping between the both of them pretty often. Because I personally like using the F key, even though it reduces your DPM, your theoretical DPM. I don't think there's actually a big DPM change, because it means you're going to hit more shells when you hit. Instead of, 7 shells hitting every... what's our reload right now? It's 10.5 seconds. So instead of 7 shells hitting every 10.5 seconds, you get 10 or 11 or possibly 12 shells hitting every, 16 seconds? 15? No, not even 16. And this is because we have something within our detectability range. And this is why we don't take Concealment Expert. So that with anything, if anything is in 12.6 kilometers, we have a nice DPM. Like if we're not using our F key, it's a nice 10.5 second reload. Now Seattle, this is one of those scenarios. So sometimes Seattle will spawn over here, but if Seattle spawns up north like there, Worcester will always spawn over there. And so we're going to use our F key because it's 18 kilometers away. I want to hit the Seattle. And this also gives us time to adjust the aim because our shells will hit before we reload it. And there we go, 18 kilometers away, and we get 2 citadels. So I'm expecting Seattle to speed up a bit, because once they hit the airplane, they'll put on their throttle and go ahead. And as you see, he sped up a lot more than I was expecting. So we're going to aim a little bit ahead this time. And see, I'm able to do this because we had ships down south who I knew could take care of the battleships. And yeah, we got 1 citadel. Let's see if we can take the Seattle. Oh no, Cato, got it. And this is why I would want if you have expert loader, because I don't have expert loader. I'm clearing the barrels when I'm shooting. If I had expert loader, I could determine where I'm going to shoot or swap as I notice. But yeah, we're not using the F key, and as you see, the dispersion's quite a bit more. It's still pretty good, but it's not as good as if we were using the F key. Now see, we're only there. We only hit 4, whereas if we had F keyed it, we probably would have hit 8 or 9, and that's why I like to have the F key. Yeah, that's 16.3 seconds, but if we're close to something, it's less than 15 seconds. So we're gonna try and hit the Mahan. And yeah, there's 10s. I switched between them so much that I can't keep track of it. So right now, I am moving up. Pico was complaining about being under fire. I was trying to move up to try and save our Benham, but nope. He was radared and radared and radared, and he went inside. He should have gone outside, but he went inside. So in your destroyer, you kind of want to keep islands from you. So I'm moving up because Pico was expecting to die, and I'm expecting to one-shot cruisers. So we go like this, say hello Cleveland, and 3 citadels, and he's dead. And so the thing about this ship being so long is the firing angles are also really bad. So we're going to make sure we get this one last shot off before it puts AP to broadside. Oh, there we go. 6 hits. All pens. 2 citadels. So I'm only doing this because this is a teamwork thing. I had a teammate. He said he was in trouble. And so I am taking the heat off of him by tanking. Because this thing gets set on fire really easily. And I can tank the fires with armor piercing. Also, the fires don't last as long, so I take less damage. And I can delete stuff like that. And I'm just using my health pool because it was available. So, yeah, that is one thing. Like, if it looks like your teammate is going down, like, you can swap it and do tank a little bit. But not a lot. This is really not a tanky cruiser. Hey, honestly, this is a backline cruiser. But I don't like being in the backline. So we're using it as a frontline cruiser. So here we are. We're kind of, sailing around. I don't know where I'm going. I'm doing something. I may go one way. I may go another way. I want to sail around. Maybe swing by the heel circle. I think it's good to swing by the heel circle. We are going to use our second heel because we'll have 2 heels left. And this is technically halfway through the battle. So time-wise, I'm thinking this is a good time. It will save me time in the heal circle, so I can... right now, I'm actually debating, do I want to use my heal or not? But it ends up that I want to save time in the heal circle and get into position sooner. So I'm not going to... I don't want to stay in the heal circle. Heal circle is a trap. It only heals 200 HP per second. So for light heals or a little bit, yes, it's good. But for if you need major restoration, pop your heal button. Most battleships, their heals are better than the heal circle. And the heal will heal the technically healable damage before it heals the damage that cannot be healed by your heal. I want to use heal. So what's the actual name? So the circle will heal the damage that can be healed by your repair party before it heals the damage that cannot be healed by your repair party first. So it's better to use your repair party first and let that get out of the way before going into the heal circle and letting you top up or go higher. So we have ships behind us and ships in front of us. And so I'm debating whether to go behind or front. Now, Ipiranga can absolutely solo that flank. It can absolutely do that. But one of the things is you have to go in. If you're going to go there, you have to commit. You have to go in. This is talking from experience. You have to go in and get close because Ipiranga has a big superstructure. When you're far away, they're only going to hit your superstructure. But if you get in there, where they're only hitting your side plate, only fires are going to deal damage to you. And your secondaries are going to shred them. So, people who have Ipiranga, you just get in there. Don't hide and run away. You'll just get burned down. Also, if you're going forward and changing directions, it's harder for them to torp you. Whereas if you're showing broadside and running away, then it's easy enough to get take a torpedo or 5. So we're going in trying to help Hawks here because he is running away from a Sherman because... while they seem scary, with their pew, 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 it's actually not that scary. Especially when you have a nice armored battleship, where the only scariness is the fires. So there we go. So we're swapping to armor piercing for the midway. But then I see a Seattle basically sitting straight there. So we're aiming for the front of the ship because if it moves up a little bit more, it's still all Citadel range. And there we go. 8 hits, 5 Citadels. Well, 9 hits, 5 of them are Citadels. If we had aimed a little bit closer to center, we probably would have gotten a lot more Citadels. So... we're aiming for the Raptor. Nice 1 Citadel there. Midway is a large enough target that I don't really care about using the F key. And now we're being targeted. So we are going to go do a fishtail thing. Where we go left and right. Because this makes it difficult for them to hit with the floaty HE shells. And we're also charging them. Oh, look, a torpedo. Oh, look, the other torpedoes went that way. I don't need to worry about those torpedoes. But this is to try and reduce the number of ships that are targeting me. So as you can see on the mini-map to the left, we have those ships. And by putting this island here in between, I am making sure that really the only things that target me are the ships in front of me. And so we're going to go really close to this Fletcher because I don't know if it will be able to torp me or not. And so by making sure I'm within torp distance or the torp arming distance, I don't have to worry about it torping me. So we're going to use the F key. 5 pens. 11 pens, no citadels. So this is where the torps come into play. And I am very, very much screwed because the third wave is here. But we have a nice season. A nice season has been following me. So now we're going to run away. So I'm actually using the F key here. We're going to make sure our torpedoes are out. Throw those out. We're using the F key here because I want to make sure stuff hits. We got 6 out of 6 hit. All full pens. Because I'm expecting to die. I'm going to die anytime here. Oh, I went down to 1. And 0, because our lovely Heathen has taken all the heat from me. And there's 1 torpedo hit. And then a torpedo hit on the Humphreys for 1,000. Nice. 10,000, not 1,000. Another 6 out of 6 hit. And the Heathen's dead. And we're back up to 5. And I'm trying to get the Annapolis away. There we go. There's the Citadels. And I'm somehow not Citadeled from Maine. Lots of fire. I'm going to try to kill the Annapolis here. Ouch, that hurt. We killed 1 and then there's a lot of DPM killed. We're running away. See if we can kill the next Annapolis. We get a dev strike? Probably not. And are we dead by the main? Nope. He only gets 1 overpen. And now we're into range where fishtailing actually gets us out of trouble mostly. And we're dark. And main shoots at us again. Ah, no, we're dead. Nope, just 1 more overpen. And we're at 1,600. Ah. And we survived that. And now we're far enough away that I was thinking, oh, yeah, maybe. Nope. Annapolis looked at me again and shot, but this time we had enough time to speed juke that. And now Maine's looking at me again. Yep, Maine's looking. Oh no. Are we dead again? Here comes the shells. And they all miss. Oh, that was scary. But now we're far enough away that we can survive, and now we have an allied battleship that is now closer, and we can now shoot without being worried that we're going to be shot at. And so, yeah, since this is heavy cruiser HE, there are some points on battleships where it won't hit. That's why you kind of have to aim for the superstructure. So we're coming back in because now we can shoot, and with like 1.5 minutes left on the clock, that's actually like 40 seconds or so left on the clock. So we're just trying to do what damage we can. And the main is, well, any super ship is large enough that you don't need the F key to hit. It's only like destroyers or cruisers that far away that you really want to use it. Now we're just trying to go for a DPM. And any moment now. Any moment now. Okay, we do have a fire on. That's what's ticking. And there we go. We're able to Very close call, but 288k damage with 312 shell hits, 18 of those being citadels, 8 kills in general, only 3 torpedo hits. Are And this gets us top of the board with Almirante. It was lots of close calls. I mean, Hizen's not really a good ship, so that's it. But Idiparanga actually is a really good ship and could do better. Benham, he just out of position in the wrong time, wrong place, and got killed. Otherwise, he would have done a lot better and got killed on this map too. Wooster, surprisingly, did meh, but he could have, as I was told, his skills could have been chosen better. So that's one thing, is choosing your skills. If you go up a line, sometimes one ship needs a skill, but the top tree ship does not. So like Seattle needs grease the gears, Wooster does not. That kind of thing. Some ships need IFHE, others do not. Like Wooster can use IFHE, Jacksonville does not need it. Yeah. And so there we have potential damage of 2.5 million in a cruiser that's not meant to tank. Now, granted, most of it was because we were running around, and yeah, we did take 89,000 because we used the heal circle for a little bit and used all of our heals. But this is not really a tanky cruiser. Yeah. It doesn't show our engine. Our engine was damaged, I think. At least once. Or maybe it wasn't damaged. But usually the engine is damaged. Yeah, so our HE did 95k. Our armor piercing did 159. So with about the same number of shells, you add in fires. Fires. The armor piercing against broadsides, against good targets, especially with the F key making all those hits, is a really good way to get damage with this ship, especially since the DPM is mediocre. As for credits, I mean, this game we did really well. We had 500k, 336 base, 500k for premium base, with another 40% there. Since the bonus package more or less covers the service charge, the service being 51,000 base, and then resupply is 16,000, so not that much. We came out with a healthy nearly 700k of profit in this match. So I am working on my main account to get credits, and then I can start showcasing tech tree ships as I have the credits to buy their tier 10s and such, or their modules. Just getting the money for their modules is something. So if you like this video, click the like button. If you want to get notifications when the next video, like the next video on the Star Trek stuff that I will make, click that subscribe button and notification in the bell or whatever. I don't do these things myself, so if you don't do them, I totally don't blame you. There are only a few people I subscribe to, and I try to keep notifications off because I like to have as minimal distractions as possible. But that said, if you do it for me, I am very happy and thank you, because you do something even I don't do. That said, I do hope to see you again next week. Have a good one.